Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm, of course, the Lemon himself, Zeke Lamone, and this is my review for Nobody 2. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way. Shall I leave a like, comment below and know your thoughts on Nobody 2, and of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I will greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? So, Nobody. I remember when that first one came out. It was such a pandemic darling, if we can call it that, because it came out in 2021 and it did go to theaters. But, this was during a time when no one was going to the theaters at all. It was just, us real diehard movie fans who were going. And those who did go to see it would tell everyone, hey, you gotta see Nobody. It is a true shocker of a movie. Again, we did not think Bob could do it to be an action star. And also, I remember there being very limited trailers as well, so I had no idea what I was getting myself into when I was going into it, because I just had that hunger to go to the theater, and just being so pleasantly surprised by the whole structure of it. It was one of those really, really rare experiences for me. Loved that first movie a lot, so I was excited when a second one was coming out, and I think overall this review will be pretty quick, because I think it goes without saying, if you liked the first Nobody, I think you're going to enjoy the second Nobody just as much, maybe a little bit more, because they had a little bit more of a budget. But I could also see that you may not like it as much, because what I enjoyed about it quite a bit was the comfortability that in a lot of ways it was the exact same movie. When it comes to structure and execution, from plot beats, they do enough to make it a little brand new and keep it a little fresh, especially because, in the first one you didn't know he was a badass until later on, and in the second one he is. We already know that he is, so within that there is a little bit of freshness to it. But again, it starts off the exact same way. We get the same montage at the beginning that we do from the first one. Again, it's just a little bit different. There's a family conflict within this one, and then there's a bad guy that happens, and he has to take care of it. And again, within that, I can see a lot of people be like, man, I just feel like I watched the same movie just in a different setting. But to me, again, I just like the characters so much, and I just really did have a good time while watching it. I think the action is absolutely brutal in the most complimentary way possible. There's a lot of fun action set pieces. There's a scene in an elevator that is a lot of fun. There's a scene at the water park that is really fun. And where the story is, where I think it's a little bit more fresher than it comes to others, is that in a lot of ways you could say this is a Western that just takes place in a water park, in a water park type setting area of it. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. My only problems when it comes to the movie is why the family has a conflict with them. Again, to me personally, I don't mind that it's basically the same structure. Now, if we get to round 3, I think we need to change it up a little bit, which I do think we are going to get to round 3. I think it's doing pretty decent at the box office for the type of movie it is, with the type of budget that it has. When we do get to round 3, let's change up the structure just a little bit, just to make it more fresh, because 3 times with the same layout can get a little tiresome. But the reason why the family has a problem with them, mainly because, in the first one, the daughter never really has a problem. She's just lovely, right? It's the son and the mom who have a problem. And, in the first one, it was understandable, but, that was sparks the family to get together, right? And this one, the reason for it being, the mom, somewhat understandable. The son, I just didn't get why he was mad at him. I generally just did not. And sometimes it did took me out of the movie a little bit. I'm just like, well, wait, why does he have a problem with him? Because of this? And even the mom, to a degree too, because, what was making the marriage ripping apart was because he wasn't being who he truly was. And now that he is, now she has a problem within it because of these different reasons. Again, can't go fully into it without going into spoilers, but the reason why the mom and the son have an issue with him this time, I just didn't feel like it was earned whatsoever. The other thing that I wasn't a huge fan of this movie, to me, was the villains. Now, John Wick, they have their villains being super over the top, and for John Wick, it does work. And this movie, however, they really do stick out like a sore thumb. I mean, I don't recall the actress's name. She's a really talented performer, and it kills me that it blanked and I didn't write it on my notes. But she is so over the top. And while everyone else, yeah, they're playing big, but they're still very relatable, and it still feels like a real world for the most part. She is so animated that she does feel like she was from an animated TV show in some ways, and again, just did not feel real whatsoever. And also her sidekick are just really, really one note. There's no real clear reason, like the reason why they have a beef with him. Like, honestly, if one person just kind of lets him be, there is no plot to this movie whatsoever. But of course, you need to have a plot for something to get executed. And the way that the movie sometimes goes, well, if our main character wasn't doing this, then nothing would have happened. I'm just like, I don't think so. I think it's all this guy or girl. If this person isn't doing this, then he's gonna be oblivious to everything, and he's gonna have a nice little vacation. But again, besides those two minor problems, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The movie is still a lot of fun. It was good seeing all of this stuff on the big screen again with a little bit of a bigger budget, so that it could be a little bit more visceral within its action. The jokes were really funny. The family dynamic is fun when they are actually acting like a family, because even the conflict that the mom and the son have with him, it is very, very minor, and they are kind of all getting along for the most part within this film. So when they are actually acting like a family, it was really, really good. And then the finale is a lot of fun. It's very big. It goes very bold. They do a lot of callbacks to different types of action movies. It's fun. Again, it's just a really, really fun movie. If I had to rank this on the lemon scale, where it goes: sour lemon, expired store-bought lemonade, a lot of bad, but hey, there's some good. Store-bought lemonade, good, but hey, there's some bad. Lemonade, it's a movie. Freshly squeezed lemonade, very good, minor problems. And then strawberry lemonade at the very top, because that's the best kind of lemonade. Again, I give nobody to a freshly squeezed lemonade. It's just a really good time at the movies. And if you know what you're getting yourself into, like I wasn't expecting, the greatest piece of cinema, of screenplay and stories and characters. I just want to go in. I wanted to see a guy beat some people up because he can't enjoy his damn vacation, and that's exactly what I got. And again, I'll keep saying what I've been saying throughout this whole entire review. The movie was a lot of fun. But let me know what y'all think about it down in the comment section. Leave a like if you made it this far within a review. I do greatly appreciate it. And again, hit that subscribe button, as I am trying to go into my YouTube career. And don't forget to squeeze the day, guys. Life is too short not to seize every opportunity you can. So squeeze all the potential you have in every single day that you do get to walk on this earth. And until next time, guys, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.